we saw an entirely new face of this issue, and that is girls drawn into the sex industry by the allure of glamour and prosperity.
I got off the plane and I looked at the strip and I was like, oh my gosh, there's famous people in those casinos. And I want to meet somebody that's a millionaire and I'm going to get married to him and I'm going to take all their money.
And I watched the movie Pretty Woman and I was like, well, gosh, look at her. You know, she's beautiful and she's making money and, you know, she's meeting guys and she fell in love with this guy and she's living in this nice hotel suite and has everything she wants and she's falling in love. Man, I need to become a hoe. That's what I thought. So that's what I did.
To understand the draw of glamorized prostitution, we met with Annie Lobert. Annie spent 16 years as a high-class call girl in Las Vegas.
I sold my body to a Japanese man. And it was real easy to do, by the way. People ask me, what did you feel like? Empowered. I felt like, wow, if I can do this with every guy I meet, I'm gonna be a millionaire pretty soon. It was like, woo, Pandora's box, like Lord of the Rings, putting on that ring and just going, oh, power, money, you know. And I thought all my dreams can come true. I can go to college. I always wanted to go to college, couldn't afford it.
No woman is on the streets because she just likes sex and or wants money. This is a system of utter manipulation. It's a system of exploitation, manipulation, threat, violence, but all fundamentally under the fear and deep sense of shame that I have no value.
He knew I was leaving a couple different times and he'd come home and do this, I call it psychopath warfare, to get me to think that he was gonna kill me. Put guns in my mouth, put gun to my head and said, I'm gonna do it, I'm in love with you. He would say, I'm so in love with you. If you leave me, I'll kill myself. And he'd put the gun in my head. And it's like, oh, no, don't kill yourself, I love you. Please don't do it to me. And you know, just the games, the psychological games were just incredible. And you know, when you're in love with someone, you fall for that. And some people say, well, you're stupid. No, really. When you're in it at the time, it makes sense.
You have what's called the Stockholm Syndrome, which implies that a victim can eventually come to identify with her captor when you've been taken captive. And your very survival depends on, in one sense, the care, loosely used, that word, the care of your captor. Then in some ways you bond to that captor, even if they at times literally torture you, violate you, demean your dignity. They're your only source of life.
A little-known secret is becoming a big problem in Central Florida. A growing number of young girls are being forced into prostitution for money. Others are being sold for sex. Tonight, 9 investigators talked to a local victim and found out what law enforcement is now doing to rescue these girls and get them help.
Everything we'll do will run off of Backpage.com today.
Undercover NBI agents gave us special access as they searched websites advertising escort services. They focused on girls who look underage and set up dates with them.
She's a young-looking face with a young-looking body.
We rode along as the agents went to local hotels. The online ad led them to this young woman turning tricks at a hotel on iDrive. Turns out she was 18, so she was arrested. Just a year younger, she would have been turned over to DCF to get help. Central Florida has a growing child sex trafficking problem, with DCF handling 157 cases last year, a 55% increase. Pimps enslave these young girls, often runaways.
They're taking all the money and they're just providing the food, clothing, and barely that.
Kathy was just 11 when her mom left her with friends in Honduras to find work in the U.S. But Kathy was sold to human traffickers and brought to the States. Now living in Orange County, she's still too scared to show her face.
I could have been a sex slave for money and put out there like hot meat.
Traffickers plan to resell her for $10,000 or force her into the sex trade.
They put me in a room with about 20 people, men, like really old men, They'll come in and look around.
Before Kathy was sold for sex, she was rescued by the FBI.
And the girls are scared to leave. They're given a quota, and it could be, 10 tricks a day.
Missing child specialist Sue Abel Hassan has seen local child sex trafficking cases climb.
I think it's a very big problem. I don't think people realize it's as big as it is.
And experts say the problem won't go away soon with so much cash at stake. For those fortunate enough to escape, the fear lingers.
I'm still scared that they're going to find me and kill me.
Agents say former drug dealers are becoming pimps because it's more lucrative, and they target young girls because they're easy to control. FDLE recently assigned an agent to work full-time with NBI on human sex trafficking. They will work very closely with DCF to get the victims the help they need.